So from a Jungian perspective, childcare, well, going back to childcare, doesn't just raise a child, it shapes the architecture of the psyche. We're dealing with this attachment and authenticity. If they're not, they're always going to prioritize attachment over being authentic. So, let's see how this works out with childcare. Jung viewed early childcare as the phase where the ego is still emerging out of the unconscious. The person is developing a sense of self, the individuation process. So the quality of care around a child influences how safely and coherently that ego forms. A fragmented self is not a securely attached self. Like if we look at DID, dissociative identity disorder, multiple personality disorder, how and when is that created? An extremely traumatic childhood with a genius level of intelligence. The mother archetype in the first world. For Jung, the earliest psychological evidence of reality is mediated through the mother archetype, right? The bond with the mother. That's how the mother mirrors. And women, we have more mirror neurons than men. So we are designed for that mirroring with the infant. That's why a man at home is not the same as a woman at home. We're not interchangeable. There's tons of scientific data now showing that when a woman hears a noise on the inside, men don't hear it. But when there's like leaves rustling on the outside, potential threat of danger, men hear it and women don't. Because we're physiologically designed to be counterparts, to support each other, not be the same. So to the infant psyche, the caregiver equals the world. Like when I almost died, when my second child was born and I came home, my infant daughter had been with my mother for 3 weeks and she was constantly tracking on my mom and not me. And she was 8 weeks old. I had already lost my daughter's attachment at 8 weeks old. How do you explain to an infant that your mom's really alive, that she's really going to stay when you've already internalized mom died? That's a primal wound that sets her up for a lifetime of challenge in relationships and insecurity, which she had. She has her man now, so I'm really happy. But, that's very hard. The caregiver equals safety, okay? It equals order or chaos. Which one is it? If the care is consistent and attuned, mine wasn't, the child experiences the world as fundamentally trustworthy. My children don't. Chaotic or rejecting, the world feels unpredictable or hostile. My youngest daughter developed an eating disorder. Okay? This becomes a deep unconscious template. Let's keep going down. The ego doesn't arrive fully formed. It differentiates gradually from the unconscious. Sensitive child care helps the child separate self from other safety, tolerate frustration, learn how to regulate their emotions, develops boundaries. Because when you regulate your emotions, health comes out of you. And now that I'm a healthy feminine woman, healthy boundaries just fly out of me like it's easy, just natural. They build emotional regulation. When your nervous system is calibrated for love, compassion, and enlightenment, then you understand how to go into your fear, guilt, and shame and come out of it. You've learned how to surf the waves of life, taught in childhood. But when your parents don't know how to surf the emotional waves of life and they're just stuck in their fear, guilt, and shame, then that's what you internalize because I didn't know any better.